Truth or dare?
Dana,
Truth.
what's that supposed to mean?
Well, I'm just skipping ahead. But you're gonna say dare, she's gonna dare you to do something you don't like, and then you'll puss out and say that you wanted truth all along.
Really? Okay, Jules. There. What the hell was that?
All right, happy spring. Where
Yeah.
are we? What are we here? April 3rd, 2012.
April 3rd,
This is
yeah.
the first huge movie fanatic spring of all time. So this is pretty exciting. We had hoped to shoot outside. It's kind of chilly right now.
Yeah, it was beautiful last week.
We'll see, yeah, last week would have been great. We'll see what happens into our little day of reviews, and maybe we'll get out there, maybe we won't.
Yeah.
But Matt is here for the very first review of today to do.
I saw a sneak preview of The Cabin in the Woods. The movie comes out Friday the 13th, and it's sort of like an appropriate time for this movie to come out because this is a movie that is a love letter to the genre. It is everything you'd kind of hope it would be, while also satirizing what the genre is and has become. Like, it's sort of like Scream meets Grindhouse in a way, in that both of those are love letters as well, but certainly Scream entirely satirizes the genre while also maintaining a straight-edged horror movie. And this is exactly what The Cabin in the Woods is. I hesitate to explain what the movie's about, so I'll just give you the most basic of premises. It is about 5 college students who go to an old abandoned cabin in the woods.
Wait a minute. No, just kidding.
And this is part of the where the homages come in. And when the sneak preview was hosted by the people at BloodyDisgusting.com, and it was also hosted by the director Drew Goddard, who is a famous writer from coming from Buffy and Angel and Lost, and most notably Cloverfield.
Did he write Cloverfield?
He wrote Cloverfield,
Okay.
and this is his first movie that he directed. He co-wrote the script with Joss Whedon, his old Buffy creator guy, and they both are hardcore into the genre. They've never really done a straightforward horror movie. Buffy kind of played with it a little bit, but this is their first real attempt at showing you what what their version of horror is, while also commenting on it. And is really fantastic. But during this hosted event, he explained that his influences that really influenced the movie were the works of Sam Raimi, which is plainly obvious when you see the basic premise of the movie, as well as John Carpenter. There's a lot of visual nods to the works of Carpenter, like especially The Fog, and some of his other movies. There's a little bit of The Thing and things like that.
A little bit of The Thing and
Yeah.
things like
And
that.
things like that. But it's just an absolutely extraordinary movie. It has the cast is just like so perfect in their roles. The major star of the movie, I guess, would be Chris Hemsworth, who is going to be Thor later this summer. He was
Has been Thor.
and has been Thor for the past year, I guess. And it also stars Bradley Whitford from The West Wing, and there's plenty of other like little. I hesitate to call them cameos because they're not cameos. Sort of suggest like a walk on and then walk off. There's celebrity parts.
Mini parts.
Like mini parts, like that show up in the movie, especially in the end. And the ending of this movie, the last 20 minutes of this movie, is just so amazing. It's everything you could ever want in a horror movie all at once. It's so cool, and there's so many visual nods to other horror movies of the sort. And so, if you are a horror movie fan, this is the movie for you. It is hysterically like you're gonna have strong belly laughs throughout this movie. it actually is pretty scary. It's insanely well shot. The director really wanted to stress that Sam Raimi and John Carpenter, they did everything practically, and he wanted to minimize the amount of digital as much as he could. Like the studios really push to do things digitally just because it's cheaper at the end of the day. He wanted to do as much practical as he could. There were some shots that you can't really do practically, there's the practical effects and stuff in this are just great, and really make it worthwhile. So this is a throwback to the movies of the 80s, pretty much set in modern times, and it's just absolutely excellent. I would like to do this review again proper, where we can do spoilers in it. I don't want to do any spoilers because the fun of this movie is to see this movie not knowing what's going to happen.
Okay, so you want to be able to do one later, talk about the funness of the spoiler.
Yeah, and also how it satirizes the thing in the genre in such wonderful ways. And I don't want to expose what those ways are because that's part of the fun. The last 20 minutes, as I say. So, it'd be cool to come back in a couple of weeks and do a full review of the movie where we can just spoiler it out and we'll put disclaimers and whatnot.
Oh yeah, we can put that in the description.
Yeah, yeah. Spoiled Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, Cabin in the Spoiled Woods.
Yes.
What? But so if someone like me saw it, who is an old timer of the old and actually lived in the old days of the 80s and the slasher decade of all time. I mean, if I watched it, I mean, would I see something that looked more? I mean, does it? I mean, look more like a movie now? What about like cinematography? Like, I mean, what's the color scheme? I mean, is it green?
There's no post color.
No blatant color correct.
It's all shot in camera, and what you see is what you get. That said, it does look more modern. Like Scream 4 looks.
Oh, well, see, to me that's not messed with though.
Yeah,
I mean, that's okay.
No,
I think Scream 4 was fine. That's a nice mid-ground.
Like it looks very current, but it doesn't. But Michael Bay had nothing to do with it.
It's not green or
exactly
or gray or
freaking yellow.
Yeah, any of those rainbow colors.
No, everything is shot practically with lights and all that stuff. And there's no futzing.
What about shaky cam? What kind
No shaky cam.
Okay.
Joss Whedon apparently he was sort of a co-director because he was on the set every day. He comes from.
Get that camera off your shoulder. I see that.
No, he comes from television, and on Firefly, his show Firefly and Serenity. The the show and the movie are shot entirely handheld with Steadicam to show you how like shaky and disoriented the world is. But that said, you don't notice it. Like you can tell that it's not a perfect frame, but it's not like the camera's going like this all the time. You can tell what's happening, and you won't get sick. And they used that sort of here. Like you can tell that the camera is being held because the frame doesn't stay perfectly level. Like it's moving just very subtly. But I didn't notice it until I started to wonder how it was shot, if it was all like dollies and whatnot. And then I noticed that there was handheld, but that I'm assuming was part of the agenda to make it look like it was shot super low budge to make it look like.
What low budge?
Low budge.
Is that the short version of low budget?
Yes.
Like mocap.
Yeah, mocap.
Low budge. No, you should. It's low budge or low bub.
LB.
Yeah.
So sort of like they did, like The Evil Dead was shot very plainly in handheld in certain shots of that movie, but it's not noticeable. It's not distracting.
Handheld like with a wide lens is fine. But the thing that a lot of movies do, is the long lens hand. When they do close-ups that are like long zoom shots where the background's all just out of focus, they'll do those, but they'll be handheld. So it's like.
It's nothing like that.
But they'll do everything like that, even shots of them using their hands, whatever they cut to, it's this long lens zoom handheld shot, so then everything is, and it's like some stupid style that everyone's been going with, and I just don't understand.
It's not like that. It's much like
Like Friday 13th.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, which we'll get to someday.
Oh god, yeah.
So yeah, those were my questions.
Yeah, and I can't stress enough how this is the best movie I've seen in the theater in ages, and it was fantastic. See it in the theater with an audience who is going to be responsive, and like, because this is the kind of movie that you see with a large group of people, because the audience reaction is so much part of the fun.
Factor,
Yeah.
What about the music? Is there anything you can comment? Is it noticeable? Does it fit into the background?
It's fitting. I don't really. I remember that. I remember that I really liked like the heroine, the Virgin's main theme and whatnot. I really liked her theme, and sort of the theme that drives the movie. But it's not. The movie isn't like about the theme. It's not like Star Wars where the theme is what jumps at you. It's just there and it works so beautifully in the moment, but it's not something that you're going to be whistling on the way home.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. So there you have it. Cabin in the Woods, easy 4 stars. Best movie I've seen.
I was waiting for that.
Yes, best movie I've seen in the theater this year. Best movie might even rival all of last year's movies too.
Holy mother!
Yeah,
so
it's gonna be a hard one to top for me.
Wowzers!
Yeah. So
that's our
April.
and it's April, man.
Yeah.
Oh gosh! So this is really cool. This is the first time we've ever got to do a review before a movie's come out.
I know. How exciting!
I mean, yeah, it might be the last time. So I'm trying to enjoy it and not end too quick. But it's probably about time to end right around now anyway. But yeah, there you go. That's our that's Matt's pre-release review. It's just so I feel so cool.
Yeah.
Pre-release. Now they're letting a huge movie for Netflix is so huge that now we're seeing movies before they come out.
Yes.
That's Matt's pre-release review of Cabin in the Woods. So.
And I'm just gonna end with this. Go into it blind. Don't watch trailers. Don't watch.
Oh, you mean don't
like,
watch Cabin in the Woods trailers?
Yeah, because trailers give things away, and that's no fun. So try to go into the movie as blind as possible. There are a couple clips online that are released from the website. Those are fine. The clips are okay, but the
trailer gives away too much?
Trailer gives away too much. It's unfortunate. But I highly recommend seeing this. So.
Sounds fantastic. Cabin in the Woods, that's what Matt thinks. Catch you later.